You are listening to the Centropic Oracle, an audiobook podcast of science fiction and fantasy short stories that make you think and feel.
All the Way Down by Nicholas Stillman. Bill never thought a video about a family playing charades would elicit 1 million death threats, but it did. He had recorded the event and pinged it out to cyberspace to share the funny moments and the miracle of children learning strategies. His 8-year-old daughter Trish believed that all societies would like it. The people out there hated everything sent from Bill's community and only celebrated the obituaries. Heartwarming family fun, though, should go ignored at the absolute worst. It didn't go as planned. Bill hunched at his office computer, covering his mouth. He had one elbow pressed hard on the rare wood desk, and he couldn't help but let his fingers droop over his lips. No one would hear him whimper in the office except the aging ferns, which, frankly, did little to keep people company around here. The response videos poured in by the thousands. The one-upmanship followed to keep the newer ones fresh. First came the mountainous sighs, the seas of crowd eye rolls, and the glum faces frozen in acts of hair-pulling. Bill failed to grasp most of the picture memes, but they usually involved stomach bile and rotten teeth. Then came the screams and the attempted screams from the maddened ones who had lost their voices but felt roused to scream again. The whole world had plans for little Trish. They made computer-generated effigies, some shockingly realistic, from the pooled efforts of hateful geniuses. Together, the people of Earth led Trish through the closet-sized factories built into most modern houses. They heated and pulverized her into a lipid and protein pancake batter. The goop named Trish then transformed into the venoms of all the world's snakes. Any materials unneeded for this molecular transformation would separate and receive accelerated decay treatment. In the more creative videos, the bitumen became a souffle of flies. The venoms broke down to atoms and processed themselves into pure mercury. The toxic metal poured into 3D printed containers shaped like the tyrants of Earth's history. Finally, it all became gaseous hydrogen for burning. The flames killed the flies. Oh, they had plans. They would atomize Bill too and break him all the way down to subatomic particles. He had, after all, fathered the abominable Trish. It all looked and sounded so cartoony, humorous even, if not for all the spiritual and political leaders and celebrities screaming vows to do the same. Bill stretched and felt the scintilla of guilt over the worldwide outcry. He had deepened a few wrinkles in the freshest of faces out there. He stood and paced off the threats and the adrenaline burn his ancestors had foisted on him. Thankfully, his daughter didn't really matter to the world out there. Society had, after all, responded likewise to all the videos Bill's community sent. They attacked promptly, like piranhas, and left no particle unhated. For the first time in his life, Bill had to consider how little Trish mattered rather than how much she meant to him. He moped to the huge porthole and gazed out at the blackness and the stars. The shining earth sat, at this hour, in the bottom eighth of the glass. She hummed her blueness and white wisps at him, in defiance of the cruelty all the way down there. She reassured him the most during this part of his community's orbit around the solar system, for no one on the entire world, while stuck in the sap of all that mass pathology, could ever get a foot in the heavens. They could never touch him or his daughter. It took a certain kind of kindness to attain life and community in space, and for that, he had to half smile.
We hope you enjoyed All the Way Down by Nicholas Stillman, read by Jeremiah O. If you'd like to make a donation to the author and narrator of this story, check out the story page link in the description and click the PayPal donate button, or pledge your support to us directly on Patreon. Would you like to submit a story to the Centropic Oracle? A link to our submission guidelines can be found in the description.